Roster cut down time has come and gone. The Browns are at the final 53-man roster. Let's take a look. On offense, this is kind of interesting. There are as many quarterbacks for as tight ends and running backs combined. So you have all four of them: Watson, Huntley, Dorian Thompson-Robinson, Jameis Winston. The lone running backs on the 53-man roster initially: Jerome Ford, Pierre Strong Jr., and then your only tight ends are David Njoku and Jordan Akins. So David Bell does make it as one of 6 wide receivers: Bell, Cooper, Judy, Moore, Thrash, Tillman. Not really any surprises there. 10 offensive linemen: Bitonio Conklin. Cone, the undrafted rookie free agent guard, does make the 53, initially at least. Harris, Hudson, DeJuan Jones, Posick Teller, Jedrick Wills, Zach Sinter. No real surprises there. Defensive side of the ball, and there were some tough ones here. You see the D-line is Garrett, Harris, Hurst, Jefferson, McGuire, Okunrankwo, Smith, Tomlinson, and Wright. No surprises. Devin Bush, Diabate makes the final 53 initially. Tony Fields on the roster with Hicks, Owusu-Koramoah, and the rookie Watson. Not a surprise on the final 53. Cornerback's a little bit of an interesting one. They do go with the young guys, Halasi and also Miles Harden, as opposed to Justin Hardee. We'll get to the guys that were let go initially. So the special teams ace with the local ties, not on the 53-man roster initially. 5 safeties, maybe a little bit of a surprise that they kept Delpit and Hickman to go along with, Bell and Hickman to go along with Delpit, McLeod, and Thornhill. Here are the guys that have been released. So waived: Briggs, who showed some stuff. And again, some of these guys I'm sure they want back on the practice squad. We'll see if they make it back. Jalen Dart, another one I'm sure they want back. Zaire Mitchell-Payton. Kamara had played pretty well. Welsh, the tight end, and Michael Woods, the wide receiver. They went with David Bell on the 53. Some of this is guys you're trying to sneak through and get back in the on the practice squad. Then we move over. These are guys who contracts were terminated. Tony Brown, Dante Foreman, a surprising one. Justin Hardy, we talked about. Jermaine Ifedi, another one. And Prochet, a guy, again, they might want to get back on the practice squad. Let's welcome in Casey Kinnamon from the Orange and Brown Report, All Eyes on Cleveland podcast, and the Barking Browns podcast. Casey, obviously the big surprises, 4 quarterbacks. Don't think we're gonna see as many QBs as running backs and tight ends combined.
Yeah, that's definitely puzzling, and it causes a chain effect here. You keep 4 quarterbacks, so someone had to drop off their roster that normally would have made it. For me, that's Deonta Foreman. So I think that you're holding on to that 4th quarterback for a reason, possibly a trade on the horizon that would open up a roster spot. So I won't be surprised if either Ford or Ifedi were to be brought back, because they are vested veterans. This could have been a handshake, go wait in the parking lot for 24 hours deal, and we'll let you right back in the building.
Yeah, and the players would know that more so. They can't announce it, but they can do that with, I think they're referred to as vested veterans, guys that have enough time in the league. They don't have to go through the waiver process, and they would go to Foreman and tell him, hey, look, we're trying to trade one of the quarterbacks is probably, they would explain it at that level, because you want the guy to understand fully why he's not on the final 53-man roster.
Yeah, it's a crazy numbers game. Like you said, though, only 2 running backs and 2 tight ends. You're keeping 4 quarterbacks and 4 of the other positions combined. There's definitely a different tack they've taken in the past as far as the approach to the numbers game. Even defensively is kind of surprising. You went with 11 defensive backs. They've been at 10 for years. Last year it was 5 and 5. We've seen it be 6 corners, 4 safeties. This year it's 6 corners, 5 safeties, and which took one from the defensive line, which has been at 10 in years past, and they're only at 9. So you're seeing everything kind of move around. Obviously, this is the initial 53. 24 hours will go by, waivers will process. Someone else might become available they have their eye on, or vice versa. You might see some of the players that the Browns are hoping to get back on their practice squad to get picked up and go to one of those other teams.
Yeah, and you would assume one of those quarterbacks, the trade for the quarterback may just not work out, and you may see one of those quarterbacks flipped out of there as well.